A man will treat you according to the value he sees in you. The smart, kind women sometimes suffer in love. It's not because they don't know men, it's because they forget to know themselves first. Picture this. You're in your mid-20s, fresh out of college, scrolling through endless dates that fizzle out. You give everything, your time, your empathy, your endless patience, hoping it'll spark something real. But instead, you end up feeling invisible, wondering why your heart keeps leading you to the same quiet ache. I know this story because it's mine. From those late nights journaling after another maybe next time text. It's the quiet overthinking that creeps in. Am I too much or not enough? God, I remember that feeling. Staring at my phone, heart racing, telling myself just one more chance. Here's the gentle truth. Though, love isn't a puzzle to solve by decoding him. It's a mirror, reflecting how you see your own worth. And today, we're flipping the script. We're diving into 5 realizations that smart women embrace, not to build walls around men, but to honor the woman in the mirror. These aren't harsh judgments. They're invitations to love wiser, with boundaries that feel like self-care. Stick around, because by the end, you'll uncover how stopping the fix-it cycle unlocks a love that finally feels like home. Truth number 1 starts now. If you've ever poured your soul into a relationship only to watch it drain you dry, you're not alone. As women in our 20s, 30s, or even pushing 40, we're wired for connection. It's in our emotional intelligence, that beautiful gift from how our brains evolved. But sometimes the way we love now is just an echo of how we learned love as kids. That's what psychologists call attachment style. This video isn't about those guys or bitter takeaways. It's a soft landing for the part of you that's tired of people pleasing, the overthinker replaying every what if. We're exploring realizations drawn from real hearts and a bit of psychology, like how men often mirror our self-view, not define it. By the end, you'll feel lighter, equipped with boundaries that aren't walls, but wings. And here's a teaser. One lesson flips the script on unconditional love, showing why respect is the real game changer. These truths, they're your permission slip to love without losing yourself. Let's step into truth number 1. Chapter 1. Truth number 1. Men reflect the value you place on yourself. Pause for a second. Think of that one relationship where you bent over backward, canceling plans, dimming your light to fit his shadow. Sound familiar? We all do it sometimes, right? It's like our brains pick up on the energy around us and bounce it back. That's the mirror effect in action. But here's the insight. Men don't create your value, they echo it. If you're showing up as an afterthought to your own life, that's the vibe you invite. I remember a friend, let's call her Sarah, a 28-year-old graphic designer hustling between freelance gigs. She dated a guy who ghosted for days, and instead of walking, she'd apologize for being needy. It wasn't him. It was her quiet self-doubt whispering she wasn't worth the chase. Be honest. Have you ever done that? Brushed off your own needs to keep the peace? A study in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology shows how self-esteem shapes partner treatment. Low self-view often leads to mismatched dynamics. The shift? Start small. Journal one thing you love about your independence each morning. Watch how the mirror changes. You're not fixing him. You're lighting your own flame. And coming up, why unconditional love might be holding you back. Chapter 2. Truth number 2. You deserve love with respect and maturity, not unconditional. Ever caught yourself saying, "But I love him unconditionally," while ignoring the red flags waving like party streamers? Oh man, it's such a trap. It's that people-pleasing pull, where we think giving endlessly makes us lovable. But like Esther Perel says in her books on relationships, true bonds thrive on mutual respect, not blind loyalty. Unconditional love sounds noble, but without maturity, it becomes a one-way street to burnout. Sigh. I've been there, feeling like my heart was a bottomless well and still coming up empty. Imagine you're 34, a mom juggling a side hustle and school runs, pouring grace into a partner who flakes on promises. One day, in a coffee shop haze after another no show, you realize this isn't devotion, it's depletion. You deserve a love that meets you halfway with accountability as the foundation. It's not selfish. It's the emotional glow up we all crave. Next time resentment bubbles, ask, does this honor my worth? The answer? It'll guide you home. Pause for a sec. What's one red flag you've ignored lately? Just notice it. No judgment. Up next, the myth of being his better half. Chapter 3. Truth number 3. You can't be his better self. If he doesn't know who he is, what if the pressure to inspire him is just masking your fear of standing alone? Psychologists like Carl Rogers talk about how real growth comes from inside. No one can be another person's compass if they're lost themselves. If he's adrift, undefined, your role isn't savior, it's witness. Trying to map his path? That's the self-doubt talking, pulling you into emotional labor that leaves you exhausted. Ugh, the exhaustion. Like carrying two backpacks on a hike you didn't sign up for. Take Diane Keaton, the iconic actress whose portrayal of Annie Hall in Woody Allen's 1977 film, widely celebrated in reviews by the New York Times, captured a woman navigating love with quirky independence. She didn't fix her partner, she shone as herself, reminding us that inspiration flows from authenticity, not effort. In my own life, at 22, I chased a musician who dreamed big but lived small. I planned his gigs, his goals, until I saw my energy was his crutch, not his catalyst. Let go, and space opens for his clarity. And yours. You're his equal, not his editor. Quick check-in. Where are you holding space for someone else's growth right now? Is it draining you? Surprise ahead. How niceness can dim your spark. Chapter 4. Truth number 4. True attraction comes from confidence, not excessive niceness. That urge to be the nice one. Always agreeing, smoothing edges. It's a shield against conflict, straight from those fear-based ways we attach in relationships. But studies show, like from David Buss on What Draws People Together, attraction blooms from quiet confidence, the kind that says, I know my worth and I invite you to match it. Over niceness, it signals availability without boundaries, often drawing uneven energy. Lord, I used to think being agreeable was my superpower, until it left me invisible. Flashback to my 30s, burnout as a freelance writer. I'd soften critiques in a partnership, fearing pushback, until a raw conversation revealed it pushed him away. Confidence isn't cocky, it's calm ownership. Cultivate it. Say no to one small ask this week. Feel the pull shift. You're magnetic when you're you, unapologetically. Take a breath here. What's one yes you could turn into a no today? One more truth. The starting line of real love. Chapter 5, Truth number 5. Healthy love starts with not trying to change anyone finally. The quiet revolution. Love isn't a renovation project. Therapists like Brené Brown teach us to lean into vulnerability over control. Healthy bonds grow when we accept what is, not what could be. If change is his journey, your job is to choose presence or peace. Whew, that one hits hard. I spent years rewriting scripts for others only to erase my own lines. In a moment of raw honesty, after a breakup at 40, yes, even then, I sat in an empty airport lounge, ticket in hand for a solo trip. Why fix when I can fly? It wasn't giving up, it was freedom. Studies on psychology today echo this. Forced change breeds resentment. Acceptance invites depth. Embrace it, and love becomes a dance, not a directive. You've got this. One boundary at a time. One last reflection. What if letting go is the kindest thing you do for both of you? As we wrap this journey, remember, these truths aren't about losing faith in men or love, they're about reclaiming it in yourself. You're the smart woman who overthinks because she cares deeply, who people pleases from a generous heart. But here's the healing whisper: boundaries aren't rejection, they're radical self respect. From the mirror of value to the freedom of acceptance, you've just unlocked tools for a love that lifts, not drains. Pause and breathe. Think of one truth that landed today. Let it sink in like morning light. You're not broken, you're becoming. And in that becoming, the right connections will find you, drawn to your quiet strength. Thank you for walking this with me. If any of this resonated, like that moment you saw yourself in Sarah's story or Diane's unapologetic vibe, drop a comment below. What's one boundary you're setting this week? I read every one, and sharing lightens the load. If this eased your heart even a little, hit that like button and subscribe so we can grow together, one wise step at a time. See you soon.